For 30 years, the world has been protected by the Power Rangers. Mighty Morphin, Aliens of Aquitar, Zeo, Turbo, Space, Lost Galaxy, Lightspeed Rescue, Time Force, Wild Force, Ninja Storm, Dino Thunder, SPD, Mystic Force, Operation Overdrive, Jungle Fury, RPM, Samurai, Mega Force, Dino Charge, Ninja Steel, Beast Morphers, Dino Fury. And now prepare for a new team of Rangers. They are Power Rangers Weather Source. In a place called Solar City lays the Solar Tower, which powers everything in Solar City, thanks to its solar panels and the use of the sun. Plus, it has the power to change the weather in Solar City into whatever it needs. Some people like the tower, yay! While others have different opinions about it. Boo, we don't like the tower, make it go away. But a being made from the darkest cloud in the darkest sky, Lord Thunderboom, wants to steal the tower so he can have enough power to control the entire planet's weather. Tornadoes, typhoons, blizzards, hurricanes, anything he darkly desires. Somewhere in Solar City lies a secret garden, and in that secret garden lies a magical tree named Florana, who holds these magical items called Weatherstones, and gave them to 5 people so they can become the Weather Power Rangers. Diego becomes the Silver Ranger with power of wind. Diana becomes the Gold Ranger with the power of lightning. Maki becomes the White Ranger with the power of snow. Lauren becomes the Blue Ranger with the power of rain. And Zeo becomes the Red Ranger with the power of the sun. Together, these 5 use the power of the weather against Lord Thunderboom and his army of Cumulos. Although they look harmless, they pack a real punch. Let's get 'em! Of course, when they're not being Rangers, the 5 of them have jobs. They work at Solar City's greenhouse, selling plants and flowers to customers. But when it's time for action, they find an excuse to close up the shop, and they head to the secret garden, which is located behind the greenhouse, and nobody knows except for the Power Rangers. This story is also about Isaac, a boy who lives in Solar City who is a huge fan of Power Rangers. Ever since he got saved by an unknown group of Power Rangers when he was a kid, he's become fascinated by them, and hopefully wants to be one someday. And he also has a job. He goes out and takes pictures of the Power Rangers while they're fighting villains, so he can put them in the city's newspaper. That's it. Come on, work it. Fight those villains. Go get them, Power Rangers. A couple of the Power Rangers don't mind him taking pictures of them, but the others think that he's getting in the way. And we also have Megan, who works at the same newspaper company that Isaac works in. And she's jealous of Isaac because of his pictures of the Power Rangers. She tried to get a picture of the Power Rangers while they're fighting once or twice, but nope. And there's something else you need to know. Isaac and Zeo are brother and sister, who care for each other very much. But Isaac has no clue that his sister is a Power Ranger herself. I wonder where Zeo went. Probably at the greenhouse again. But this one day changed everything. On this particular day, Isaac was playing with his younger friends, Eli and Ellie, at the park, Alright, let's play a little b-ball. Alright, I got it. No, I got it. Monster attack. Monster attack. Get the Power Rangers immediately. This is not a drill. I gotta go, guys. Gotta take some pictures. Alright, good luck. You need it. Alright, gonna get some cool action shots. Now, since they became Power Rangers a month ago, all they've done is fighting these cumulos. But Lord Thunderboom sent someone unexpected. A weather beast made from barks and logs of trees. During the fight, Zeo became separated from the other Rangers and fought the bark monster all by herself, and losing badly. Oh no! Rangers! The Red Ranger needs help! Help! But they were too busy fighting the cumulos to listen. So, Isaac decided to help the Red Ranger himself. Luckily, Zeo taught Isaac how to fight, which did help a bit against fighting the bark monster, but because he didn't have ranger powers, he was defeated quickly. And just when he was about to do the final blow, Zeo did a surprise burn attack on him. On fire! Fire! But in the middle of it, Zeo got stabbed. And then the bark monster got sent back up from Lord Thunderboom. Oh no, Miss Red Ranger, you're bleeding! Help! Rangers, please help! And then suddenly, she revealed her identity to her brother. What? And then she gave her stone to Isaac. And after a tearful hug goodbye, oh no, she was gone. Isaac and the other Rangers mourned for the loss of a fellow Ranger, a friend, a sister. The other Rangers asked for the Weatherstone back, but Isaac was reluctant at first because he wanted to keep it to remember his sister by. But knowing that they needed it in order to look for a new Red Ranger, he gave it back to them. The other Rangers dealt with the loss of their friend in their own way. But Lauren, the Blue Ranger, and Azel's best friend, dealt with it very, very hard. Because she didn't want to see anyone other than Azel being the Red Weather Ranger, she asked Florana if she can become both blue and red. But Florana told her that one person using two Weatherstones at the same time could be very dangerous and life-threatening, so they had to choose another person to become the Red Weather Ranger. The next day, Isaac saw the Sunstone sitting on top of his desk. The other Rangers must have changed their minds. They want me to be the next Red Ranger. Don't worry, Azel, I'll make you proud. During the Power Rangers' fight against the Cumulos again, Isaac knew that it was his time to morph. Luckily, the stone told him how to morph. You just hold the stone up in the air and say, Sun Power. And he joined the fight. After the fight was over, the other Rangers wondered who the new Red Weather Ranger is. The other Rangers were at a loss for words at the moment. But then, knowing them from working at the greenhouse, he was at a loss for words too. While three of the Rangers welcomed him to the Ranger team with open arms, especially Maki, Lauren was real mad. The other Rangers took him to the secret garden behind the greenhouse and introduced him to Florana. But Lauren told Florana that it must be a mistake, that he shouldn't even have that stone. And she even thought that he stole the stone. But Florana cleared everything up, saying that last night she sent some of her animal friends to Isaac's house to deliver the Sunstone, because she believes that he should be a ranger. With much hesitation, Lauren said that Isaac is part of the ranger team, but that he will never, ever be a Zeo. Isaac didn't mind because he didn't want to try to replace a Zeo. He just wanted to fulfill her legacy. And since that day, Isaac has been the leader of the Weather Power Rangers. We're gonna stick together for now and forever. So pretty. Hey, Isaac. Huh? Isaac, over here. What? Aren't you the Power Rangers narrator? I didn't know you could actually talk to us. Well, this is a special occasion. Oh. So, I'm wondering, what have things been like for you since you became the Red Power Ranger? Oh, lots of things have happened. I've just been fighting bad guys with all my Ranger friends. Even Lauren? Is Lauren your friend now? She's still not accepting me, but we'll get around to it one day. And what about all the monsters you've been fighting? Oh, we fought a bunch of crazy monsters. Like there's this one monster that's made entirely out of water and seaweed and barnacles. And a monster made entirely out of snow. And because of a weird experiment from Lord Thunderboom, we had to find a monster made from electricity and wind at the same time. And we even fought a villain made entirely out of glass. That was a sharp fight. See what I did there? Sharp fight. Hardy har har. But what about that park monster? You know, the one who, we haven't seen him since he... Well, let's just say that we haven't seen him since that day. What about the relationships between you and your friends? Oh, yeah. Well, you know the relationship between me and Lauren. And she doesn't really accept me because, the Red Ranger and Zeo isn't. But I know we'll be friends one day. Oh, and Maki? Oh, Maki. She is a wonderful girl. You know, I think she has a thing for me. You think so? Oh, I know so. And she's been teaching me all kinds of things about Power Rangers because, you know what? She's a Power Rangers geek too. And because of this legendary Power Rangers database thing, I got to know a lot more about the Power Rangers. Like, did you know that the green Mighty Morphin, white Mighty Morphin, red Zeo, red Turbo, and black Dino Thunder Power Rangers are all the same person? I had no idea. And what about Diego and Diana? Oh yeah, they are great. But there are times where they fight each other a lot. Like they're trying to one-up each other and stuff. And one time during a fight, their one-upping each other was so bad that I had to bench them. Bench them? Yeah, not allow them to fight as Rangers until they stopped trying to one-up each other. And they were not happy when I did that. But eventually, they figured out why I did, and they're better at it now. And, about Maki, I finally got the courage to ask her out on a date, and, well, now she's my girlfriend. What about Eli and Ellie? Have you played with them since you became a ranger? Not very much, because I've been so busy with my ranger duties and stuff that I don't have time to play with them as much as I used to before I became a ranger. Oh wait, since you're a Power Ranger, I guess you don't take pictures of the Rangers anymore, unless you take pictures of yourself like Spider-Man does with the whole Peter Parker thing. Oh yeah, about that. Do you remember Megan? Sure I do. Well, ever since I became a ranger, I had to stop taking pictures of the Rangers since, well, I am one. And the newspaper company hired her to take pictures of the Rangers instead. But wasn't she a bit terrified of the monsters and things? Well, yes, but one day she finally got the courage to take excellent pictures of us fighting the monsters. And now she's the head of the picture-taking section of the newspaper company. Oh, well, good for her. But I have another question. Yeah? Don't Eli and Ellie and Megan and newspaper company and all the other people ever wonder where you are? Well, they did ask questions, but I made up lame excuses because, well, regular people can't know a Power Ranger secret identity or it might put them in danger. Well, of course, we all know that kind of superhero business. So, if you ever told anyone, will your powers go away? I asked Florana that once, and honestly, she didn't have a real answer for me. She is a mysterious kind of tree, so if you ask a simple question to her, she would respond in a riddle of some sort. Oh, you mean like Yoda? Sort of, kind of. She works in her mysterious ways. Kind of like God. Now, I have one more question before I let you go. Alright, shoot. How long has it been since you became a Power Ranger? Oh, I've been a Power Ranger for a month now. Really? Yep. A whole month of me fighting bad guys with the Rangers and all that stuff. Oh wait, hold on. Have you ever used the Megazord? You know what? To tell you the truth, we never did use the Megazord because none of the monsters we fought ever grew big. Odd? Yeah, very, but this is a different Power Rangers team, so the rules must be different too. And let me tell you about how things are like now. That Diego and Diana, they are no longer trying to one-up each other, and their fighting has gotten better. Oh, their Ranger fighting, of course, not personal fighting. Oh, and me and Maki are officially a thing. We're a couple. Mwah, I love you, Maki. And, you know what? Lauren and I are finally friends. She has finally accepted me. It took her a long time. And, well, now we're cool with each other. We're friends now. Oh, well, that's good news. Monster alert. Monster alert. We need Rangers immediately. Alright, team. It's time to get back into action. Sun power. Rain power. Snow power. Wind power. Lightning power. Psst. Power of the weather. Fight together. Power Rangers. Weather Source. Now, on this certain day, while fighting the Cumulos, Megan was trying to get more pictures of them, but then one of the Cumulos threw her into a pit full of dead trees. She was hanging on to one for dear life. Help! Help! While the others were fighting the Cumulos, Isaac and Lauren went to go rescue her. But then, they came across an old foe. The Bark Monster. The same one that killed Zeo. Instead of fighting the Bark Monster, Isaac tried to go save Megan, while Lauren fought the Bark Monster. It was an aggressive battle, because Lauren is trying to kill the monster who killed her best friend. After a long battle, the Bark Monster defeated Lauren and went after Isaac. But Isaac didn't want to fight him because he was trying to save Megan. You can't save her. You couldn't even save your sister. What? It's your fault that she's dead. She is no longer alive because of you. You were too weak. In a fit of rage, he forgot about trying to save Megan and fought the Bark Monster instead. All the rage and aggression went toward the Bark Monster until finally he defeated him. But the explosion caused Megan to let go of the tree and fall down to the bottom of the dead tree pit. All Isaac could do was watch her body laid down on the ground. Luckily, Megan was still alive, but she couldn't move her legs. And as they watched the ambulance take her to the hospital, Isaac felt horrible about the situation. He felt that he failed as a Power Ranger. That instead of focusing on saving Megan instead of fighting the monster, this wouldn't have happened. Feeling that he didn't deserve to continue being a Ranger anymore, he gave the stone back to them and walked off. Isaac went back to the park so he could play with Eli and Ellie again, who missed him so. But in the middle of their playing, something terrible happened. Lord Thunderboom, furious about failing to defeat the Power Rangers, decided to send his whole entire army down to Solar City. There were hundreds of cumulos and weather beasts everywhere in Solar City, and the people were in a huge panic. But a huge weather beast made out of lava attacked the people at the park, and with no Power Ranger around to help fight him, Isaac decided to fight him.
Ha! Lord Thunderboom told me that you weren't a Power Ranger.
I'm not. Not anymore. Huh? But I don't need to be one in order to defeat you. Isaac attacked the monster as hard as he could, but because he was made out of lava, his arms and face were getting burned hard. But he kept fighting the lava beast. Realizing that attacking him dead on won't work, he decided to calm himself down. And then he thought, instead of trying to defeat him with brawn, he should try defeating him with brains. And then he threw some dirt at the lava monster's eyes, blinding him, and then he dug a huge dirt circle around him. And then, getting some water from a nearby faucet, he threw it at his feet. And then he sank into the hole that he made, and because of the water turning the dirt into mud, he couldn't get out. Yeah, you did it! But he wasn't through yet. These circles around him caused him to shoot little lava spews all over the place. But, thanks to Eli's quick thinking, they thought that they should throw rocks at the holes, covering them up. So they threw a bunch of rocks and covered the holes. But the lava beast had one more trick up its sleeve. The lava beast opened the mouth in the middle of his chest and prepared to make a giant lava ball that can take out the whole city. But then, Isaac and the kids decided to take some mud and throw in the middle of it, covering it up. Maki and Lauren finally arrived at the park to evacuate the people and to give the Sunstone back to Isaac. But the mud was slowly coming out of the lava monster's mouth. No! Knowing that the mud will completely come off, Isaac got more of it and put more in his mouth, and he decided to use his body to hold the mud back. But the lava monster was slowly beginning to get bigger and bigger because the lava inside of him wasn't coming out of him. And knowing that Isaac couldn't get out of the way, he gave a sad look to Maki, who gave him a sad look back. And then the lava beast exploded, but Isaac didn't make it. Lord Thunderboom finally got control of the solar tower. Enraged by the death of Isaac, Maki decided to go to Lord Thunderboom and fight him herself. Lauren set the Sunstone next to Isaac, and then took off to join Maki. Oh, this city is now mine, and no one can defeat me, now that you're down, Ranger. And suddenly, roots began to grow around Isaac and the Sunstone, and drag them both to the ground. The roots were Florana's, and she decided to do something miraculous. Florana had a secret weather stone, the Nature Stone, and this stone's power can revive anybody, but it can only be used once. And the stone has chosen to revive Isaac. Eli was inspired by Isaac when he took on the lava beast without using ranger powers. He got everyone in the city to attack the beasts, because if one person can go up against the monster without ranger powers, than they all could. Charge! Let's get 'em! Everyone in Solar City decided to fight the Cumulos and the Weather Beasts with everything they got. Let's get 'em! Let's get 'em! Let's get 'em! Let's get 'em! But the other Rangers were inside the Solar Tower fighting Lord Thunderboom and losing badly. Ho 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 ho. 4 Power Rangers aren't enough to defeat Lord Thunderboom. In the middle of the fight throughout the city, Isaac found Eli and took him to a hidden place. Eli was so happy to see Isaac alive again, and asked how he was alive again. And then Isaac told him everything about the Power Rangers, about Florana, and about the stones. And see, being revived by Florana and the Nature Stone came with a price. Isaac couldn't be the Red Ranger anymore, so he needs to choose someone else to take the Sunstone. And because of Eli's courageousness and ability to get everyone in the city to fight for the city, he chose him to be the new Red Ranger. The Sunstone made Eli a bit taller, so he can fight the monsters at their level. But before they could go off and fight, Isaac needed to morph too. You see, he couldn't be the Red Ranger anymore, but the Nature Stone, which is now inside of Isaac, can turn him into Nature Power! The Green Weather Ranger. And the new Red and Green Rangers took to the city to fight the Weather Beasts. You're defeated! You're defeated! You're defeated! You're defeated! The people already handled the Cumulos, so the Power Rangers took to the Solar Tower to help the Rangers fight Lord Thunderboom. Just as Lord Thunderboom was about to do the final blow, Pshaw! The Red Ranger shot his fire crossbow at him and burned his eyes. The other Rangers found out that Eli is the new Red Ranger who welcomed him to the team. And then they found out that the new Green Ranger is Isaac. All the other Rangers were so happy to see that he was still alive. And they all gave each other a great big hug. Even though Lord Thunderboom can't see very well, he's still willing to take on the Power Rangers. And they all prepared to take him down once and for all. Wind Power. Weather Ranger Silver. Lightning Power. Weather Ranger Gold. Snow Power. Weather Ranger White. Rain Power. Weather Ranger Blue. Sun Power. Weather Ranger Red. And Nature Power. Weather Ranger Green. Power of the weather, fight together. Power Rangers, Weather Force. After a long battle with Lord Thunderboom, they all finally found a way to defeat him by using all of their elemental powers against him. Ready? Aim. Fire! And they did it. They defeated Lord Thunderboom. After the Rangers got out of the tower, they saw that it was slowly falling down due to all the destruction and chaos. Because this is a big job, they were finally able to form a Megazord. Using the power of the stones, they were able to turn themselves into the Megazord. They were able to save the tower just in time and put it back where it rightfully goes. Everyone in Solar City cheered for the Power Rangers. Yay, woohoo, Power Rangers, you're awesome, can you draw the graph? Get a selfie! And they even call them by name, since half of the people in Solar City knows who the Power Rangers are now, since they saw them helmetless. So the public is allowed to know the identity of the Weather Power Rangers. And Megan, who's able to walk again thanks to a special machine on her legs, asks for a group photo with the Power Rangers, which they happily accepted. Okay, everybody, Power Rangers on 3. 1, 2, 3. Power Rangers! Boom, boom. Power Rangers weather source. Power Rangers weather source. Power Rangers weather source. Power Rangers weather source. Fire crossbow. Water shield. Snow claws. Thunder sabers, leaf blowers, nature baton. Power together they fight together. Power Rangers weather source. Happy 30 years of Power Rangers. More phenomenal.